Welcome, my friend. You are not here by mistake. You were guided, drawn by something deeper than logic, a quiet whisper within your soul that keeps reminding you there is more. More to life, more to your purpose, more to who you are. You have felt it before, haven't you? That subtle knowing that you were never meant to live in limitation or chase after survival. You were meant to create. You were meant to thrive. You were meant to experience abundance in all its forms. This message is for you, the dreamer, the seeker, the creator in disguise. If you've ever looked around and thought, there must be more than this, you were right, because there is. And today we will awaken that truth within you. Stay until the very end, because the words you're about to hear are not ordinary words. They are reminders, keys, frequencies that align your mind with the greatest creative power in existence, your own imagination. This is not about luck, and it is not about chance. It is about law, the law of attraction, the eternal rhythm that governs all creation. It has no favorites, it shows no bias, and it never fails. It responds only to vibration, to feeling, to the energy you send out through thought and imagination. The truth that will reshape your entire relationship with money and success is simple. The world you see around you is not happening to you. It is responding to you. Your thoughts are seeds, your emotions are water, and your imagination is the light that gives them life. The abundance or lack you experience is not random. It is a mirror of your most dominant inner state. Imagine for a moment that your mind is like a great projector, casting its images onto the screen of reality. The film running through that projector is your imagination, the inner movie you play again and again in your mind. Whatever you imagine, whatever you feel is real within, must eventually be reflected without. The outer world cannot help but obey the images you hold within. Yet most people live as though the screen itself holds the power. They complain about what they see. They try to fight the shadows. They try to fix the reflection, not realizing that nothing can change on the screen until the real inside the projector is replaced. The world is not your cause. It is your effect. This realization is both your freedom and your responsibility. Because if consciousness is the cause, then you, and only you, hold the reins of your destiny. You may have been born into conditions you did not choose. You may have faced challenges that seemed unfair. You may have known struggle, loss, or scarcity. But none of these define you. They were reflections of previous states of being, previous assumptions impressed upon the subconscious mind. The power to rewrite them has never left you. It is alive in this very moment, waiting for you to take command. The law of attraction is not some mystical trick or wishful thinking. It is the natural operation of consciousness. Whatever image you impress upon the subconscious, especially when fueled by emotion, must take form. The subconscious mind is the womb of creation. It does not judge or reject. It only accepts and multiplies. Whatever you plant within it will grow, whether that be poverty or wealth, fear or faith, lack or abundance. If you plant thoughts of struggle, it will faithfully create struggle. If you plant images of wealth, gratitude and confidence, it will arrange the outer world to match that vibration. The question is never whether you are manifesting. It is what you are manifesting. So pause for a moment and think. What thoughts have you been feeding your imagination? What feelings have you been entertaining about money, success, and yourself? Because whether you realize it or not, those inner patterns are already being reflected in your life. You cannot think one way and live another. The two must eventually align. This is why many try to chase success through effort alone, but find themselves running in circles. They work harder, push stronger, but their inner conversation remains one of fear and limitation. The universe does not respond to words. It responds to vibration, and vibration is born from what you feel to be true. The great mystics and teachers have said it for ages, as within, so without. Your circumstances are nothing but the outpicturing of your inner assumptions. Your financial life, your career, your relationships, all are mirrors showing you the state of your inner world. Yet most people live as though they are victims of the outer picture. When the bank account shows lack, they feel lack. When opportunities dry up, they feel defeated. When rejection comes, they see it as proof of failure. But those appearances are merely echoes of past beliefs. They are shadows of yesterday's imagination. To keep reacting to them is to remain trapped in an endless loop. The secret is to deny appearances and claim the feeling of your desired state, even when no evidence yet exists. This is where true creation begins, when you decide that your imagination is more real than your senses. To feel wealthy before the money arrives, to feel successful before the recognition comes, to feel confident before circumstances justify it. This is the bridge between desire and manifestation. You must assume the state of being wealthy, abundant, and successful within yourself first, because your imagination is the blueprint, the invisible cause that shapes visible results. The world cannot bring you what you have not already accepted within. And here lies the paradox that few dare to embrace. You must feel the wish fulfilled before it shows itself in the world. You must dare to live in the feeling of abundance, even when the outer evidence screams lack. You must see yourself as prosperous when your circumstances still whisper poverty. You must carry the vibration of success, even while walking through the valley of failure. This is not self-deception. This is creative faith, not blind belief, but the understanding that the unseen precedes the seen. To imagine is to create. To feel it as real is to claim it. So tonight, when you close your eyes, don't just dream of what you want. Inhabit it, feel it, walk in it. Let your imagination become your reality, and reality will eventually have no choice but to conform. This is how every great creator, inventor, and visionary has shaped the world. They did not wait for proof. They became the proof. And you, my friend, hold that same power. Now that you understand the foundation, that your imagination is the creative power shaping your life, it is time to look closer at how this actually works. Every single thing that exists in your life right now was once just an image held in someone's mind. The clothes you wear, the chair you sit on, the house you live in, the job you go to, even the money you earn. All of it began as an idea, a vision, a mental picture. The invisible precedes the visible. The cause always begins within consciousness. This means that to change anything in your outer world, you must first master the inner one. You cannot attract wealth while continuing to imagine yourself as poor. You cannot welcome opportunity while secretly expecting rejection. The universe does not grant what you want. It reflects what you are. Think of your imagination as the workshop of the universe, the sacred place where form takes shape before appearing in the world. When you close your eyes and see yourself living in abundance, when you feel that image as true, you are impressing that vision upon the subconscious mind. And the subconscious, being creative and not selective, sets in motion all necessary events, coincidences and inspirations to make that inner picture real. This is why people who feel wealthy, confident, and deserving seem to attract opportunities effortlessly, because their inner state already matches the vibration of wealth and success. Life cannot help but mirror their inner certainty. Most people, however, spend their imagination in reverse. They replay memories of failure, worry about debts, picture rejection, and talk about lack. Without realizing it, they are using the same powerful creative tool that could set them free, to instead reinforce the prison that binds them. Your imagination is always working, whether you use it consciously or not. The only question is, are you using it to create what you want or what you fear? Every thought you hold, every scene you rehearse, every feeling you linger in, is a seed, and seeds, once planted, will always grow according to their kind. If you want to manifest money and success, you must plant thoughts and feelings that match prosperity. Begin by noticing your relationship with the idea of money itself. What emotions arise when you think of wealth? Do you feel guilt, fear, envy, or doubt? Or do you feel ease, joy, and gratitude? These emotions reveal your vibration. If the idea of abundance feels distant or uncomfortable, it is because of subconscious programming. old beliefs inherited from family, culture, or experience. But here is the good news. Those beliefs are not permanent. They are simply patterns of imagination repeated over time. And what was imagined once can be reimagined differently. Let us go deeper. Money is not a random force. It is energy, a reflection of value, confidence, and creative flow. When you see it as scarce, you vibrate scarcity. When you see it as abundant, you attract abundance. Most people unknowingly repel wealth by feeling unworthy of it. They say they want more money, yet they spend their inner conversations rehearsing fear. What if it doesn't come? What if I lose it? What if I'm not enough? These thoughts are signals broadcast into the universe. And because the law of attraction never judges or filters, it responds faithfully to whatever signal is strongest. To shift this pattern, you must begin to imagine yourself as already wealthy. Not someday, not in the future. Now feel it as real. See yourself with the calm confidence of someone who always has enough. Walk as that person, speak as that person, think as that person. When you go to sleep, imagine the relief of financial freedom. Feel the gratitude of bills paid easily, of opportunities arriving naturally, of doors opening without struggle. The subconscious does not distinguish between real and imagined. It only responds to feeling. The more vividly you feel the reality of wealth within, the faster the outer world rearranges to match it. The great truth is that imagination is the only reality. The outer world is simply imagination made visible. When you close your eyes and hold a scene in your mind, a scene that implies your wish is already fulfilled, you are giving a command to creation itself. For example, if your goal is to attract a thriving business, don't imagine yourself wanting it. Imagine yourself living it. See yourself checking your messages and finding new clients. Hear the laughter of your team. Feel the satisfaction of success. Experience the freedom of financial stability. The key is emotional authenticity. You must feel it as natural, as normal, as inevitable. When your inner state changes, your outer world cannot help but follow. But here is where most people falter. They begin to imagine, but they do so from a place of lack. They close their eyes and visualize success while secretly thinking, I hope this works, or I'll believe it when I see it. These thoughts cancel the vibration of abundance. The law of attraction is exact. You cannot attract what you doubt. You cannot receive what you fear. Faith is not blind optimism. It is emotional certainty. It is the decision to feel successful, even before the evidence appears. You must choose the feeling and hold it until the outer world bends to it. Let us be clear, this does not mean you do nothing. Imagination aligns your inner world so that your outer actions become inspired, efficient, and guided. You will find yourself taking steps you might not have taken before, but those steps will flow easily because they come from alignment, not desperation. You are not forcing success. You are allowing it. You are tuning your vibration to the frequency of wealth so that everything that matches it naturally flows to you. Just as a radio does not chase a song but tunes into it, you do not chase money. You align with it. When your inner frequency matches abundance, the song of wealth plays effortlessly in your life. There will be moments when doubt creeps in, when appearances seem unchanged, when the world still reflects the old story. Do not bow to those appearances. Remember, they are simply delayed reflections, echoes of past assumptions. Continue to hold the new state. Feel it, live it, persist in it. The moment you choose the new vibration, the inner reality begins to shift, and the outer world must eventually conform. The timing may differ, but the law never fails. The only true failure is the failure to persist. So tonight, before you sleep, imagine yourself in possession of the wealth and success you desire. Feel it as vividly as you can, not as a wish, but as a fact. Whisper to yourself, it is done. Then rest in that state. Each night repeat this. Each morning recall it. Throughout your day when doubt arises, quietly return to that inner vision. You will notice changes, subtle at first, then unmistakable. Synchronicities will appear. Opportunities will arise. People will show up. The universe will respond to the new vibration you have chosen. And when it does, remember, it was your imagination that started it all. The power is already within you. You do not need to earn it or search for it. You only need to use it deliberately. You are already creating, already shaping, already manifesting. The question is, will you now create consciously? You now know that imagination is the seed of creation, that the feeling of the wish fulfilled is the law through which money and success flow. But even with this understanding, there is something that must be addressed: is resistance. Because no matter how many times you visualize or affirm, if you continue to carry the weight of doubt, fear, or unworthiness, your desires will struggle to take root. The subconscious responds not to the words you speak, but to the emotions you live. It listens not to your conscious hopes, but to your habitual vibration. This is why many try to use the law of attraction and find themselves frustrated. They are affirming wealth while secretly feeling scarcity, imagining success while fearing failure. The two vibrations cannot exist in harmony. Resistance is not your enemy. It is your teacher. It shows you where you have not yet aligned. When fear rises, when doubt whispers, when your mind questions whether this will work, do not fight it. Simply observe it. Realize that these emotions are not signs of weakness. They are echoes of old patterns. They are the remains of a story that no longer serves you. You do not need to suppress them or pretend they don't exist. You only need to stop feeding them. When you stop reacting to fear, it fades. When you stop arguing with doubt, it dissolves. The light of awareness itself begins to transform them. You cannot overcome darkness by wrestling with it. You overcome darkness by turning on the light. This light is your imagination aligned with feeling. When you choose to feel wealthy, even while circumstances contradict it, you are rewriting the old script. You are teaching your subconscious a new language, the language of abundance. And though the world may take time to reflect this change, the transformation within begins instantly. Every moment you persist in your new assumption, every time you return to the feeling of your desired state, you weaken the hold of the old pattern. The more consistent you become, the faster the world begins to rearrange itself in your favor. Understand this clearly. Your imagination and your emotions are partners in creation. Imagination provides the image. Emotion provides the energy. One without the other is incomplete. If you imagine wealth but feel anxious about money, your vibration contradicts your vision. But when you imagine wealth and feel the gratitude, confidence, and freedom of that state, you have aligned your entire being with abundance. Emotion is magnetic. It draws to you the people, opportunities, and ideas that match its frequency. The emotion of wealth is not greed or desperation. It is ease, joy, and quiet assurance. True wealth vibrates as calm certainty, the knowing that all needs are met and more. So how do you maintain this feeling? The answer is simple but powerful: repetition. Repetition is the bridge between imagination and reality. Night after night, as you drift into sleep, carry with you the feeling of abundance. Morning after morning, as you wake, remind yourself of who you are. Throughout the day, whenever your mind wanders into worry or lack, gently return to your chosen state. Do not scold yourself for falling into old thoughts. Simply shift. Every shift, no matter how small, is a victory. Over time, these small victories gather momentum. What once felt forced becomes natural. What once felt imagined becomes normal. Eventually, abundance no longer feels like something you are chasing. It feels like something you simply are. The law of attraction does not require struggle. It does not demand that you fight for your dreams. It only asks that you align with them. When you hold the inner state of abundance long enough, the universe must respond. It has no choice because it is you. The energy that forms galaxies is the same energy that flows through your veins. You are not separate from the creative power that governs existence. You are that power in human form. When you realize this, you stop asking, "Will it happen for me?" and begin declaring, "It is happening through me." You stop begging life for blessings and start directing it with authority. But remember, this authority is not arrogance. It is the calm awareness of who you truly are. The universe mirrors your certainty, not your noise. There is no need to chase, compete, or prove yourself. The one who knows their power never rushes, never doubts. They move in stillness, confident that what they imagine will unfold in perfect time. This is the quiet strength that all great creators possess. When you walk in this energy, opportunities begin to appear effortlessly. Doors open, coincidences align, and life begins to bend toward your vision. Yet there is a deeper layer still, one that most never reach. It is the realization that wealth and success are not external goals to attain, but expressions of your inner state. You do not attract abundance. You reveal it. It has always been within you, waiting for permission to flow. When you stop identifying with lack, when you release the belief that you must struggle to earn your worth, abundance begins to express itself naturally. This is why some people seem to attract success wherever they go. It is not luck. It is alignment. Their inner conversation is already abundant. Their imagination is already fixed on wealth as their natural state. To reach this level, begin to see yourself differently. You are not someone trying to become successful. You are success expressing itself. You are not someone chasing money. You are the source through which money flows. Change your identity, and your world changes with it. Every time you declare, "I am abundant," you are not lying. You are remembering the truth. The I am within you is the creative force of the universe. It is the name of power itself. When you say, "I am wealthy," you summon the vibration of wealth. When you say, "I am confident," you summon confidence. Whatever follows the words "I am" becomes your reality. Use this power with awareness. Do not speak lack over your life. Do not declare what you do not wish to create. Guard your inner speech as you would guard your most precious treasure, for it is the blueprint of your destiny. Now, understand this. Persistence is the golden key. You must persist in the new assumption until it hardens into fact. Many people abandon their vision too soon. They imagine abundance for a few days, then look around, see no change, and declare it doesn't work. But the law does not fail. What fails is their faith. The harvest always reflects the seed, and seeds take time to grow. When you plant a seed, you do not dig it up the next morning to check its progress. You water it. You trust it, you wait, and in time the fruit appears. So it is with your imagination. Persist, even when nothing seems to happen. The unseen is moving, aligning, preparing. And when the time is right, it will burst forth in ways that seem miraculous. Every moment you choose to believe, every time you return to the feeling of wealth and success, you are reprogramming your subconscious. You are rewriting your energetic code. And once the code changes, the results must follow. That is not philosophy, as it is law. Money, opportunity, success, these are not distant dreams. They are natural extensions of your state of consciousness. The moment you accept that, everything begins to change.